Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Taylor Durham, and welcome to Schar Center and the induction ceremony for the 49th class of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame. A hearty congrats to each of the four inductees and their families on this well-deserved honor. To help kick off our time together, it's my privilege to introduce the Director of Athletics for Elon University, Dave Blank.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our ceremony, and it's good to see so many people here. We appreciate you supporting the Elon Sports Hall of Fame. Really special day for four recipients, all well-deserved, and we're so excited that you're here. Congratulations, and we welcome your families. And in the light of political, hopefully not getting in trouble, I'm not going to try to name any of them. We're glad all your family and friends are here. I want to do a couple of things before we proceed, but one thing that's always special, I want to make sure that we recognize, if you are a member of our Sports Hall of Fame, would you please stand for applause? You know, it's one thing that we work at every year, trying to get members of the Hall of Fame to come back and enjoy your accomplishments as well. You know, they don't ever go away just because you got inducted. That's not the end here at Elon. So thank you for coming back, and we're glad you're here, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the field at halftime. To our inductees, congratulations. I've had the pleasure of watching a couple of you play. Yeah, sure, that's worth applause. You're going to get a lot of that today. So. But your accomplishments are what puts you in this position. But I want to just remind you, and we talked on the phone a little bit, Elon put you in this position. And I know all four of you are very appreciative of the entire experience, not just what you accomplished athletically. And the four of you were stars on and off your field or court of competition, so congratulations. And I want to congratulate the committee for four awesome selections. We look forward to your comments. I've spoken to them already, so I'll go ahead and preclude your speeches with scolding the audience, so they can't say anything wrong, right? So it doesn't matter what they say. Everybody has a little sense of microphone fear, if you will, and this is not a day they can make a mistake. So I know there'll be some emotion involved. We always see that, but just try to relax and enjoy the moment. And to everybody, enjoy the day, and thank you again for supporting the Hall of Fame. Taylor, let's get started.
Mr. Blank, thank you very much. And as you mentioned, now it is time to meet each of the inductees in the class of 2019. The first inductee for the class of 2019 still stands as the all-time leader in assists in the history of Elon women's basketball. Her 612 helpers net out at over 5 per game, and that mark still sets the program standard. For over a decade, she was the all-time assist leader in Big South Conference history, and she's one of 16 players all-time in that conference to accumulate 400 helpers and swipe 200 steals. How good was she at picking the pocket on the basketball floor? She tied an Elon record and a Big South record with 10 steals in one game, and just to make sure everybody got it, she did it a second time later on. She was named to the Big South All-Rookie team in 2000. She would help lead the Phoenix to their first ever conference tournament finals appearance in the NCAA era, while also being a part of 3 second-place regular season league finishes. She was a 2-time Big South second-team all-conference choice during her junior and senior years, and received all academic honors during her final go-round in the Big South. To no surprise, she captured the Stein H. Bassonite Award in 2003 for the most outstanding female athlete for Elon University. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the newest member of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame, and that is Jamie Chickas.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. I first want to say thank you to Elon for this wonderful opportunity. And I'll start by showing my age a little bit and say that the first 2 years I was here at Elon, we were at Elon College with being the Fighting Christian mascot. And then so then my junior and senior year, we were at Elon University, which we are now in Phoenix. I'm honored to be standing here, and congratulations to you three as well. It's hard to believe that a dream started when I was a little girl. I started playing at 3 years old. My dad started coaching me along with my two sisters, and he's really what gave me the love of the game to start with. I wouldn't be here without my mom and dad. My mom's been my rock through everything, and she always supports me when I need her and is always a shoulder to lean on. I also want to thank my coaches. You've all been very great. And I'm really nervous though. But basketball has really shaped who I am today. It taught me how to be a leader. It taught me how to communicate. It taught me how to learn from my mistakes. And it taught me to be a better player, actually, and a better person. I think basketball is important for developing many characters that you need to survive in life. And I thank Elon for that, because this is where I got to call home. And I actually still live here in Burlington, so I'm still home. So thank you for giving me this time, and I'm very glad to call Elon my alma mater.
The second inductee for the class of 2019 was someone who only lost 5 conference matches during her 3 seasons with Elon Tennis, and her 51 singles wins are tied for 6th in the D1 era. She still holds the highest singles winning percentage in program history at over 76%. She finished her time at Elon with a singles and doubles winning mark that was over 70%. In fact, her doubles winning percentage of 70.2 still ranks 2nd in program history. A 6-time all-conference choice, including twice being named to first-team singles and doubling up in her senior year by garnering first-team doubles and Southern Conference Player of the Year. For her efforts in her senior year, she was awarded the Stein H. Bassanite Award as the most outstanding female athlete for Elon University. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the newest member of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame, Anna Millian.
Hi everyone. It is such an honor to be here today, and I would like to thank everyone who made possible my induction today. I would have never thought I would be here 9 years after I graduated with my husband Alex and my son Lucas. First of all, I would like to thank my parents and my family, who always supported me through all stages of my life, who worked harder than anyone so I could play tennis and travel around Spain so I could become someone in this world. The journey was not always easy. At 13 years old, I moved to Barcelona. I'm from a small town 2 hours away, where all my life revolved around tennis. It was then when I realized that the life of a tennis player was lonely. And even though I was good at it, that was not enough. I returned home and didn't play tennis again after a year before I came to Elon, when I actually started to enjoy tennis, playing tennis again, with no pressure, and that was actually a good relief. I thought that was going to be all with tennis, play for fun with friends, and enjoy the sport for all my life. But one day, one of the guys I played with in Barcelona, he was on the news and he played for Virginia Tech, so he explained his experience in the US. My brain automatically thought that maybe playing for fun wasn't enough for me and that I needed some more. I talked to my parents to see what they thought about coming to the States to play tennis and finish my degree. The response did not disappoint me. They already started looking at ways to get me English classes, what tests I had to take, and looking for universities. As I said, they were always very supportive, and even though my decision was driving me away from them, they were so happy with it. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for giving me the opportunity to come to the States and to be part of a college tennis team. As I reflect upon my years at Elon, I have a huge thank you list to all of the other people who helped me and stood by my side. When you move to a new country and your knowledge of the language is very limited, it is vital to have someone who supports you and makes things easier. That person was Coach Anderson. From the moment I landed to the US, and phoned her to tell her that I forgot my rackets at home. I'm sure she'll never forget that moment. Until the moment I graduated, she was always there, caring for us, protecting us, like we were her children. I can tell now that for her, being head coach of the women's tennis at Elon is not only another job, but one where she puts all her heart and passion. And that's not something you can find easily. I would also like to make a huge mention to my teammates. My experience at Elon wouldn't have been the same without them. I'm so lucky to be able to call them my family. I could tell many stories that we live on and off the court. On the court, I especially remember the time where we beat UNCG at the Charleston tournament. Laura won the last and definitive point, and we got crazy and we just went celebrating with her. It wasn't probably the most important win, but definitely I remember it because the whole team went with her. It was then when all the efforts, morning runs, weights, long practices, late nights studying at the library, they all paid off. I can name so many memories of the court as well. Halloween parties, festivals, dinners at Red Bull, Monterey's, Maria's, and of course our late night runs to cook out. As you can see, eating was one of our favorite hobbies outside the court. But I will leave the details for another time. We were such a great team, probably the best I could have asked for. And that is I will be forever thankful. To Bob, who was there in every practice and every trip he could, taking care of us and cheering us on during our matches. You were also part of the team, and we were so lucky to have you. To the Elon Athletics administrations, who always put all their resources into make me feel like home and push me at the right moments so my career at Elon was successful, not only athletically, but also academically. To Casey, the student athlete academic coordinator, who probably I did not like much at some point when she made me go to study hall hours at the library more than I would have liked for. But I will always forever be indebted to her for looking after me so I could keep a good GPA. So thank you, Casey. To the Powells, for the incredible facilities named after them. To the Robertsons, for the delicious dinners at their home. And last but not least, I would like to thank to all those people who altruistically, through their scholarships, make possible for athletes from outside the US, like me, to have the opportunity to come to the States, to complete their studies, and live this amazing experience. I am amazed how, without asking for anything in return, Elon donors, through their contribution, are willing to give athletes the opportunity to have a career at Elon. This gesture deserves all my respect, and it's what I admire the most about the American society. And to more many people that had an impact during my years at Elon, thanks all. And finally, thanks Elon for being forever part of my life.
The third inductee to the 49th class of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame was a 4-year letter winner for Elon women's soccer and finds her name scattered through the Phoenix record books, finishing 5th in games started at 72, 5th in assists with 21, and 9th in points with 59. In her junior year, she helped the program capture the Big South Championship and secured the first ever NCAA appearance for Elon women's soccer. For her postseason accomplishment, she was named to the All-Tournament team, which makes complete sense since she was awarded the conference tournament MVP. She was also named to the Soccer Buzz All-National team in that same year. In her senior year, she was named to the NSCAA All-South Region team, while making it 2 straight years on the Big South All-Tournament team. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the newest member of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame, and that's Erin Morse.
Thank you so much for that nice introduction. Sorry, I'm also a little nervous, so please bear with me. First of all, I would like to thank Elon for having my family and me here. I had a great 4 years here, and it's such a privilege to be back to this great institution. The campus is beautiful. It was always nice, but when I was here about 18 years ago, I'm showing my age as well, it certainly didn't have half the buildings that it does now. And as we were walking around yesterday, I almost felt like I could come back for another 4 years. Almost. I think that's too much studying. So when I noticed about my story, what I had to take the time to think about and reflect on what I wanted to say about my experiences here at Elon and beyond, there was this common theme, this recurring theme that kept coming up, and I'm sure you've noticed it with these guys as well. It's the people around you that helped you become the person you are and get to the place that you want to be. I've been fortunate enough to have a continuous flow of love and support from my friends, family, and coaches throughout the years. I will start with my family. I apologize ahead of time for them. My mother, for all of her love and support, allowing me and supporting me in all my endeavors, for supporting me in going to Elon far away from home. My father, for all his love, support, and my large forehead. My brother and sister, for beating me up and making me a competitor, and according to them, teaching me everything I know. My wife, even though she came into my life years after my time at Elon, has always been a huge support of my soccer life and in anything I do. Thank you to the rest of my family and friends for being here. Thank you, Jeremy, Austin, Shyla, Leah, and Sophie for being here today. I've been fortunate to be a part of a school and program here at Elon with good people, teammates and coaches who cared about you, all of them hardworking and, not to sound simple, but just nice people people who shared a common goal and supported one another in an effort to reach that goal. I think that played a huge success in our success making it to the NCAA tournament and all of our wins throughout the seasons. So even though I do appreciate all of this, all of the nice things you guys have said, I really do think that it belonged to the entire team that was part of the year that we made it so far, and to the teams that came before us. Just a couple of stories. I don't remember every win and loss that we've had, but I do remember our great coaches, Paul Webster and Justin Bryant. We spent way too much time together. I don't know if they wanted all the time we've spent together, but we did learn a lot about each other. They still instilled in us hard work, and they had high expectations of us. I remember Paul having us go to our 8 a.m. classes. I think I was only one of 3 or 4 that had 8 a.m. classes, but he would make us go after coming in at 1 a.m. after the same morning after a long weekend of soccer. I also remember Paul and Justin making fun of me. So I don't know if you know anything about the game of soccer, but when you throw the ball in, the person who throws it in is not supposed to touch it afterwards. Well, nobody was moving after I threw the ball in, and I swear it slipped out of my hands. It should have been called back. But I threw the ball in, and nobody was moving, so I went after it and started dribbling it, and then I just hear everyone laughing on the sidelines. So they make fun of me for that, because they say I threw the ball into myself. Not true. I was just waiting for that whistle to be blown. But they still make fun of me today for that. But it's good to have that relationship. I think it says a lot about Paul and Justin and our relationship with the whole team. I would like to just throw out a few names. A lot of the players, of course, over 4 years, that's a lot of names, but I want to give a shout out because, again, I think it was a team effort in everything we did those 4 years. Just quick: Kim, Summer, Christy, Jane, Tracy, Elizabeth, Jessica, Lauren, Jen, Margie, Lindsay, Audrey, Mackenzie, Emily, Erin, Marissa, Michaela. There's tons of names, but I just want to give out a shout out to them. We were so excited, we worked hard, we were very much united in our quest to make it as far as we did in every single game. And I think all of those led us to making it as far as we did. So with all that said, I'm not trying to, tell you how to be or who to be. I wish nothing but the best for all the current student athletes, especially the soccer players, sorry. But I just want to say that there's tons of talent out there, and I think it makes you a better person and a better player as well. If you are a good person and you are a good teammate, remember that no one is bigger than the game. No one is bigger than one another. I would just want to thank Elon for everything again, for having us here, and I share this with all my teammates and my coaches. Thank you.
The fourth and final inductee in the 49th class of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame also finds his name throughout the Elon record books as it relates to Elon football. During his 4 years, he quarterbacked the Phoenix to 30 wins, leading them to 4 straight winning seasons, including the first ever NCAA playoff appearance in 2009. He is the all-time leader in completions with 1,168. Passing yardage with 13,264 yards, passing touchdowns with 106, and total offense with 13,147 yards to his credit. By the way, each of those numbers also sets the all-time mark in the history of the Southern Conference, and those numbers are joined by the single game passing mark of 534 yards. He also finished his time at Elon ranking second in the Southern Conference in total yards and total touchdowns accounted for. A two-sport standout with Elon baseball as well. He was a 4-time All-Conference choice in football and was also a 2-time All-American who became the first ever Southern Conference quarterback to throw for 10,000 yards when he eclipsed that mark at the end of his junior year in the aforementioned playoff appearance. This morning, he joins his father, the 1989 inductee Jimmy Riddle, in this Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the newest member of the Elon Athletics Hall of Fame, Scott Riddle.
Thank you for everybody coming. I first want to congratulate Jamie, Aaron, and Anna. It's an honor to be mentioned with y'all and the great athletes y'all were, and I'm truly honored. I was talking last night to a bunch of my family, and it just made sense to not really prepare for this. I didn't prepare for the football field. I didn't really study. I probably could have been a lot better player, but I've been talking to them and how well their speeches were, and I'm not going to live up to that. The first time I stepped on campus was when my father was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. My sister brought up a picture, and it was all 5 of us in my family, and I'm being held by my dad. What that picture means to me, and seeing that, I asked Kyle if we could get it posted for everybody, but he said that wasn't possible, and I said, you must not have much pool around here. I want to start off by thanking my family, the Riddles, the Pikes, but especially, Mom, Dad, Amy, Stephanie, and Derek. Y'all didn't miss the game. Y'all had my back, and y'all been there for me for everything. There's been some highs, there's been some lows, but y'all have never turned on me. Y'all been my backbone, and I love y'all for that. I cannot say enough about the support y'all gave me, and joining you, Dad, in Hall of Fame. It's something special, and I want people to know how proud I am of that, and how proud I am of you, and to say that I'm a part of that family. It's everything to me. To my fiance and her family, I really appreciate y'all coming and making the drive. That means the world to me, and the support y'all gave me over the last 5 years, and everything you've done for me has been awesome. When I first got to campus, as a student, it didn't take me long to find out who my best friends were. Ned Cuthbertson, Logan Harden, and Matt Willie. We lived together for 4 years. The times that we've had, the memories we've made, and on and off the field, I can't thank y'all enough for being my best friends and just always having my back. And there's a lot of stories I can tell, but not at this situation. There's a couple pictures floating around of me that are not very appealing. It's because I lived with 300-pounders, and I was trying to keep up with them in every way. And my face is a little bit more full than it is now, and I'm kind of embarrassed looking back at some of the photos. But I want to thank y'all for being my best friends and enjoying the time that we had here is awesome. Without the main part, in my opinion, of a good football team is their offensive line. And I was blessed to play behind some of the best offensive line in the country. I'm just going to name a couple names: Dave Harrison, Corey O'Shea, John Rubertone, Charlie Porterfield, Rodney Austin, Ned Cuthbertson, Logan Harden, Jeff Allen, Chris Worden, Dave McLean, and Mark Hoffer. He lost his life last year, and I want to remember him and a part of the Elon football family, and we're missing you, boy. To the wide receivers, you got to have somebody catching the ball for a quarterback to look good. Just to name some names: Bo Williamson, Lance Camp, Sean Jeffcoat, Mike Myers, Charles Ball, Jeremy Patterson, Matt Letty, Andre Lebinowitz, Brandon Newsom, Aaron Millette, some great wide receivers. I think I might be forgetting one. I don't know if y'all heard of this guy, Terrell Hudgens. Adam Smith called me last night to get an interview, and he was asking me if it was okay, if I was okay with always being linked to Terrell Hudgens, and I politely said, hell yeah. Did you watch that guy play? I mean, he was the best football player that I've ever played with, and I'm truly grateful to be your teammate and to have you on my side. I feel like I could have thrown the ball anywhere and you would have came down with it, and I'm grateful for that. To the coaches that coached me along the way, college coaches, Rich Strosky, Pete Limbo, Coach Mike Kennedy, I really appreciate everything y'all have done for me. A couple of the baseball players I played with, Ryan Adams, he's here, Pat Irvine, some good friends that I keep in touch with today. To the high school coaches, Coach Arrington, he's here today, Greg Harden, Burton Cates, Carl Anker. I just, can't thank y'all enough. I got my high school Hall of Fame shirt on here from Easter Randolph, so I thought that was a nice touch. But I just can't be thankful enough to be a part of the Elon family and what this university means to me. Dave Blank, I appreciate everything you've done. Kyle Wills and your family, you're like a brother to me. All the ex-football players that have came and baseball players and just athletes in general, and what makes this place very special to me, and pretty much anybody that's ever been here can probably say the same thing. I want to thank Taylor Durham for all the nice things you've said about me throughout the years. Adam Smith for writing articles and making me look a lot better than I am. Dr. White, Miss Norma White, she still claims the reason why I came here is because she recruited me, and there's some truth behind that. I want to thank both the Jonathans. They're always great and very nice to me, and I can dab them up and just it's a great place to be. And the last person I want to thank is Casey Crenshaw. She's the hardest working person in staff. I really truly mean that, and I love you to death. Our relationship, we stepped on campus probably about the same time, and we've been best friends since. But I just want to thank everybody for coming, and I'm just really, really honored to be here and stand in front of you, and I want to thank y'all. Love you.
Once again, congratulations to each of the inductees and their family and friends on this honor and this special day. Just a little bit of housekeeping, by the way, before we break. There's a tailgate that's set up in front of the Schar Center for the enjoyment of our newest Hall of Fame members and their friends and family. Kickoff, of course, set for 2 p.m. just across the way at Rhodes Stadium for the home opener against the Citadel. If the newest members to the Hall of Fame will please meet here on the stage at the Schar Center. I believe they've got a few more pictures left to take care of. Thanks everybody for being here. Enjoy the remainder of your Saturday. We'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of hours at Rhodes Stadium.